Good morning. I wanted to give you some feedback on Module 1 and tell you a little bit about Module 2 that's coming up. First of all, thank you so much. Everybody participated for the most part in the discussion. I really appreciate it. Please remember that all discussion forums have a rubric that we use to grade them. It's important for you to participate on 3 separate days. I was lenient on that for this one because it was a short period of time. But in the next module, you'll need to make an initial post by a certain date. And that's going to be 50 points of your grade. And then you also need to respond constructively, as described in the rubric, to 2 classmates on 2 separate days, so that you have a total of 3 separate posts in the discussion forum. And the rubric goes over how to do that, how you're graded on that. I also wanted to mention to you that if you did not see it, in the math review section, there was an overview video of the problems in your homework. So as you go into that and you're reviewing your grades for that, I added an extra 10 points to everybody's grade just because I realized that you guys are just starting out and you need to, I don't want this grade to destroy you from the beginning. So I added 10 more points just as a buffer to help you guys do well and have a better homework average to start off with. But the sample problems for homework 1 are listed in that math review folder, and it is very helpful because it goes over some of the missed problems in that. So please make sure you watch that if you had problems with your homework. Also, office hours are generally on Mondays from 9 to 10, and Fridays from 9 to 10. I did not see anybody come see me. So please, if you can't make it that time, please contact me. I want to help you. And if you made a 53 or 52 or 62, if you're making in the 60s on the math review, then that means that there's some problems and you need to nip that in the bud before you move on in this class, because this is a very math intense class and you need to make sure that you can handle the mathematical part of it before you jump into it. So please contact me. I really want to help you with that. All right, so all the grades are in the grade book. You should see your grades. I'll be doing attendance and posting your entrance dates into the course based on completion of your orientation quiz. Most people did fine on that. You could have taken that 3 times. And it would record the highest grade. All right, Module 2 is due on the 29th of January, and it's our introduction to motion. So in this particular module, you're going to complete a worksheet. The worksheet needs to be completed and saved as a PDF. So if you need some help, there are apps out there that you can look on your phone that will take pictures and convert things into PDFs. If you need help finding that, let me know. Also, you can scan your homework and you can do it by hand, or you can take pictures of it with your phone. But if you take pictures with it on your phone, please put those pictures in a Word document, save it as a PDF. It's easier for me to make comments on it and give you feedback. The other thing is that you will be learning how to use Pivot, which is our online lab program. And the very first thing you're going to do is you are going to, by the 22nd, make an initial post after completing the Pivot activity. So when you look at the Module 2 forum, you'll see that there's a video here that talks to you about how to complete that Pivot activity. You need to complete that activity. And I will tell you that I have a rubric that I'll post here so that you will be able to know how that is graded. So I will post that by the end of the day and make sure that you have that. Then during the next week, you will need to reply constructively to 2 classmates by the 29th. So I'm looking for, in this particular discussion, that you have completed the Pivot activity by the 22nd, that you have made your initial post as required by the 22nd, And I'm looking to see that you have responded constructively to 2 people on different days during the following week, so that you have a total of 3 separate posts in the discussion board. Of course, you can have more if you want to. And then you have your first lab. And once again, you will have a lab to do, and that lab will also introduce you and allow you to practice doing stuff in Pivot, and will also introduce you to graphing motion and learning how to analyze data. So you need to really visit me during office hours if you're having problems, or contact me so that I can meet you via the office hour link sometime, because we're really starting to do some of the analysis in Pivot, and students oftentimes find that frustrating because they're not used to the software. So please, 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 contact me. I'll be linking to a lab intro video here for you and shortly, so that you'll have access to that as well. So please make sure that you look at the rubrics for your discussion that I'll post, and that you look at the introduction video for the lab that I'm going to post, and that you make sure that when you download this homework sheet, that you follow the directions carefully. Look at the rubric for how I grade it, so you'll know how I grade it. I'm looking that you're showing your work. I'm looking that your units are in meters, seconds, and kilograms. So if you're given something in kilometers per hour or miles per hour, it needs to be converted to meters per second, and that kind of thing. And I'm looking to see that your answers have no more than 3 significant digits. Please, please contact me if you have any problems. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week.